Hey everybody, it is July 16th and we are heading out to Greensboro Science Center. So every weekend we've been doing things with Olivia, and normally we're either choosing between going to the aquarium or going to the zoo, which are both about 2 hours away. And then we found the Greensboro Science Center, which is actually a science museum, a aquarium, and a zoo all put together. So hopefully that works out good. We will find out. We'll take you on the journey. We'll give you some updates on Olivia along the way. We're probably going to do more like travel type stuff, videos with Olivia, just give updates along the way since there's not as many major milestones happening.
She's 14 months and 3 days.
Yep, just around the corner. She'll be 14 months. She is walking around like nobody's business now.
Trying to run.
Yep, she'll try to run. It kind of looks like she's falling gracefully, but she's trying to run.
Has mastered the fake cry, and she will do this to be like, it's funny.
Yeah,
we do our best not to laugh because we don't want to encourage that behavior.
Yeah, it's so difficult because she puts on the most pathetic face and lets out the most pathetic whine.
Like it's covering her eyes, like, ow.
She'll cover, but she'll also be looking to see if you're noticing what's going on.
Right.
Like, oh, are you seeing the pity? Do you have the pity for me? So it's super difficult not to just crack up laughing when she's doing it. So her vocabulary is continuing to grow. She's saying bye now also. Understands the concept of the phone and saying hello on that. And she went from, before all the time when you'd say, give me a kiss, she'd do this big dramatic, mwah! And now she'll actually, so the other day she was, just like all kids, she'll say hello on the phone and then hand it to me. And, I'll say, yes, hello. Oh, you want Olivia? And I'll give her back the phone. Well, the other day, while she's looking at me, I was talking like a ventriloquist and not moving my lips. And she had no idea what the heck was going on. It was kind of funny to see her reaction to it. But I'm pretty sure yesterday, and I didn't tell you yet, she picked up the phone, said hello, did her little garble, then said daddy, and then handed me the phone. So it's kind of like she always sees me going hello, oh, you want Olivia, and then giving you the phone. And she went hello, daddy, and then handed me the phone. So I think she was saying that back.
She loves it when we sing to her ABC. It's like the best thing in the world whenever we sing to her.
Yeah, whenever you sing, immediately she starts smiling and getting her Stevie Wonder piano dance on.
We discovered that she doesn't like tomatoes. Or did we talk about this together?
Yeah, I don't remember if we did or not. Yeah, so we've never found anything that she would spit out when eating. And so there's this dish. I guess it's kind of like a side, or is it a dressing? What do you guys consider it?
A side.
So it's kind of like a side. It's just salted duck egg and tomato cut up and doused in vinegar. When we had it for breakfast one day, I gave her a piece of tomato and she spit it out, and I was like, oh, it's probably the vinegar. Probably a week later, I gave her another piece of tomato and she spit it out. So we finally found something that she is not a fan of. Her laugh has changed. It's hard to explain, but like she'll laugh differently. Before it was, just like I guess, we all have levels of laughs. You got your like, like, oh yeah, real funny, which she's done that. And then like your uncontrolled laughter, like it's really funny and you're just laughing. And then you have that mid-tone laughter, I call it, where it's like, you think it's funny, but it's not uncontrolled laughing. So she's developed that now, where she can laugh and it's not like, oh yeah, real funny. And it's not that she's laughing because she can't control not laughing about something. But she has that mid-tone. I don't know, it's hard to explain. Have you seen it yet or heard it yet?
She also knows how to anticipate things now. I always ask to the little piggy story with the toes. And it's because it's the cutest thing. Because she knows when the little piggy goes home, when it goes wee all the way home. Raphael tickles the mess out of her. And she's already like, oh, it's coming, Daddy's on the third toe.
Yeah, as you get further down the toes, she tenses up a little bit more and a little bit more. Like, uh-oh, we're going to that one pig that gets me every time. Yep. So still working on that, still working on potty time. She hasn't used the potty at home yet, but she continues to use it at daycare. The problem is normally when she's home, we're usually on the road like this, going places, so we don't have as much discipline at home with putting her on the potty at scheduled times.
Probably going through a growth spurt right now, finding it harder for her to get her up in the morning because usually it's 7:10. She's up. When I wake her up, she's like, okay, I'm gonna learn. But now sometimes it's like she just doesn't want to even. She's so knocked out. So I don't know if she's going through another growth spurt. She's been fitting 18-month clothing, especially the tops, and she's been 9 months, right? But like with her pants, now she is 18 months there as well. She's a pretty big size for a soon to be 14-month baby. I've actually started shopping for a size 2 clothes.
Yeah, I'm sure come winter time she'll be in, what is it, 2T, the next size?
24 months, there's a 24 months too.
But yeah, she's been wearing the 18-month pajamas for
Since she was 9 months.
since like 9 months because of the fact of how thick her thighs were and getting it over her stomach. But there was like a bunch of leftover fabric on her legs, but nope, she fits in them perfectly fine now.
And it's cool too because like upstairs I make her walk around the house first instead of just going straight from the master bedroom door. Make her go through a couple of rooms to try to see if she remembers things like how to do things and where to go and all that. And she's always done it perfectly. And she remembers how to go right, to go right, and go through that door, and then to go right again, to go by the stairs, and then stop and look at me because obviously I'm gonna have to carry her down the stairs. But it's pretty, I don't know because I'm her mom, but it's pretty impressive that she remembers the directions.
It's also funny because if she's walking around downstairs and she sees a way she's not supposed to go, and she sees that she has a breakaway, that's when she tries to run. So I was telling Izzy the other day, so normally the ritual is I'll feed the animals and then I'll bathe Olivia and then we sit down in the rocking chair and rock while she's drinking her nighttime cup. I got off my game the other day and I had already bathed her, but I didn't feed the pets yet. So I had her walking around in the kitchen while I was feeding the pets. And, I remember months ago when she was in the walker, because she wasn't able to walk yet, but I would have her in there scooting around in the kitchen while I was doing things. It was hard to see her on the other side of the kitchen island. But when she was walking around, she was looking up at me and I was looking down at her on the other side of the kitchen island. So it was kind of a interesting remembrance of when I couldn't see her on the other side. One thing that's good with her in the kitchen, stuff like that, is when she's at daycare, her caregiver doesn't like baby-proof her house. She's just always on the children and telling them yes and no of what they can do. Like she has little knickknacks all over the place, and none of the kids ever break any of it. So it's good because like if she goes towards a cabinet and I say no, she'll stop. She'll stop, look at me and shake her head no, or break out in her "whoa, poor is me" cry. Can you think of any other words that you think that she says?
I can think of some words of what I think they sound like.
Yeah.
But she, I don't know. She always says tickle, but I don't think obviously she doesn't know what tickle means. But she likes to tickle, like say those two syllables together. If she says a no for her hello, she's like a no.
And I'm pretty sure yesterday I think she said thank you for the first time.
No.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
It didn't really sound like a thank you, but The tone and the pace of the syllables matched when I say thank you. Because anytime she hands me something, I say thank you, so that way she can start learning that. And I handed her something, and normally when I hand her stuff, I'll say thank you also, or I'll say thank you. And yesterday when I was giving her a snack, I said say thank you, and she, for a couple times that she was handed stuff, she was making the syllables and the pace of thank you. So I think she's starting to get that concept down. Then there's a bunch of things that we swear she said something when she goes with her babble, because it sounds like something that you would say as you're doing it.
It sounds like good to go.
Yeah. or like if she's looking for something, sometimes it sounds like she says where to go. We don't know if that's actually happening or it's just our parent ears and wanting to hear it. So I think last time we talked about her having a bad rash and stopping the polyvisol to see if it would clear up, and it did. So then we started the polyvisol again last Friday, and she hasn't had any more inflammation or anything. So thankfully it doesn't seem like that was causing any issues, which we're glad, because we really liked her taking those multivitamins.
She has her first dentist appointment next month.
Oh yeah, so yeah, in August we finally got her set up for a dentist appointment. She could have went yesterday because there were some cancellations, but I had some conflicting stuff at work, so I wasn't able to take her. But the dentist that we found, they said they're super good with kids. If there's any work that needs to be done outside of hygienist stuff, they'll refer us out somewhere else that specializes in it. So we'll see how that goes. God bless the dentist. Hopefully they still have 10 fingers when we're done. A couple times she has softly bit us, and we've talked about that, and only once out of anger. But last week at daycare, she bit a kid out of anger when I was there, like left teeth marks. So hopefully we get that under control. It doesn't happen all the time. It doesn't happen often, or at least I don't see it. But her caregiver hasn't said that it's been an issue. I mean, I know all kids kind of go through it, but I just hope it's a quick phase, over and done. Thankfully, she hasn't been grinding her teeth as much. She still does, but not as much. Like it used to be all the time. But it's calming down. So that's all the updates that we can think of right now. So like I said, we'll just show you some of the zoo and or the science center, I should say, and hopefully Olivia stays awake for it. Bye bye.